think 2 to 3 years when you flip out a bit and then move into something else, right? Like you can
you should come look at it.
because I want to be a fan. Take or do everything. Bits and pieces.
Guys, let's get on with the meeting. Let's let Nick's got the floor.
Where they a new concrete, there's no problem.
Like that. I'm gonna start off with kind of like a little bit of talking. We're all in business together, so there's a lot of like different philosophies in psychology and success philosophies. Although I think any philosophy is really a success philosophy if you think about it. It's all about getting your mindset right and everything. But I wanted to talk about these two different mindsets and how they lead to drastically different outcomes. Because one mindset is about abundance, and when you apply that, it leads to more and more. And the other is more of a scarcity mindset, where you get less and less and less. And that's building versus grabbing. So, in my industry, in the digital marketing space, there's a ton of gurus harping on these products, this service, these solutions to make money easily, especially on the online space. And for every one of these gurus out there, there's like thousands of people that are actually looking for a push-button solution for making the millions online. And it gets thrown in your face a lot of times, and like you basically just know that they're full of crap. And what I wanted to tell you is that I've got the solution for you. Totally kidding. I wanted to warn against that type of mentality, because even though we know in the back of our heads that there's nothing that's so easy as just pushing a button to getting all your problems solved, still sometimes comes up in the back of your head. And it comes in ways of thinking like, oh, this should be this way, or this should unfold a different way, or there's a way we're not accepting the reality and the truth, and we're just kind of blindly, we feel justified that it should be a different way when it isn't. And that's not the fact, and you have to face up to reality. I even say on my website, this isn't a money-making scheme, or this isn't a magic bullet. And the other day I was actually scrolling through Facebook, and someone I knew was advertising on the Facebook platform, and he's pretty well respected in the SEO community. Like, he's one of the top, and he explicitly said in his ad, like, this is not a push-button $1 million solution. And right below, like, the first comment, someone was like, market to me again when you do have a push-button $1 million solution. And it's funny, because out of every single successful person I know in the online space, and even offline, they had the builder mindset. And I was with the phone with one a couple months ago, and they almost like casually slipped in like, Nick, you either build or you beg. And if you start off your journey with the grabbing or the begging mentality, you're gonna spend so much more time, energy, and resources that are just wasted, because at the end of that, you're no better off, and you could actually be worse off, because you've built nothing, and now you've built up like a bunch of bad habits, and you have a tendency to kind of chase shiny objects, because the thing you're doing currently isn't working, and it's not as successful as it should be, so on to the next shiny object that could bring you your millions. And really, the grabbing mindset and the begging mindset, it's really, they're both the same, because at the end of the day, they both imply scarcity. Because what you're saying when you're acting that out is that there's a fixed amount of value in the world, and if you grab it just right, or you beg a certain way, you can take a chunk of it and like just leave. And funny enough, that method or that kind of mindset leads you to getting less and less. When you look at your business or your life with the builder's mindset, you're coming at it with a frame of, how can I make it, these parts work better, faster, smoother, more efficient, so on. Or even, how can I add value to make this business more profitable, or put these add-ons here that make sense, that have some good synergy with the products you already offer, different benefits, different tools, products and services you can put on there. And when you're building, you're not just building your business, you're building yourself. You're building your skills, your knowledge, your experience, your assets, your understanding of how things work. And if you're working every day to build your business and yourself towards a singular goal, and you could have some smaller goals that are in alignment with that big overarching goal, you're working your way towards inevitable success. And yeah, it's going to take some time. Depending on your journey, everyone starts out at different stages. There's different amounts of work, so yes, you're going to have to put in the amount. You're going to have to put in work because there's some things that only you can do and no one can do it for you. Yes, there will be things that you need to do that you'd rather not, and there's no way around it. Whether in life or business, any path you take, there's going to be something that pops up that it comes down to you. And yeah, you're going to run into obstacles. That's what makes you stronger, because we're anti-fragile. I mean, if you compare us to machines, if you put pressure and stress on a machine, it starts to wear and tear and gets progressively worse with time. But if you put yourself under pressure, under stress, say you go to the gym, you let Tag beat you up for a bit, you don't get more fragile, you get tougher because you're anti-fragile. Like if you have a steel rod, that's the strongest it will ever be. You start being on it, it gets weaker and weaker, but you're the exact opposite. You're not fragile, you're not strong, you're anti-fragile, which means you get stronger with time, as long as you put yourself under stress and pressure. So I've done this before. I've broken business down into kind of three main cores. I call it LCP. There's leads, conversion, and product. And you need all three for a business. Choosing any one of the three to build and understand and grow will actually help the whole business overall grow. And particularly, I help with the traffic section. And with that, like, in a business, there's so many different moving parts. There's never been a business that was going to succeed, decided to do some SEO, showed up higher on the search engines, showed up #1 for some of these keywords, and then just failed because of that. Like there's a lot of different moving pieces. So that's why I say my services aren't a magic bullet, and it's not going to work for everyone. You have to there's different pieces in your business that you need to work on, and you need to identify the bottlenecks that are keeping you back. And so what I do is I help businesses grow by building out the systems that generate leads, kind of like a cash generating machine. So I'm going to get into kind of the case study and some example sites here, but that's kind of what I wanted to start off with. So our services are website design, social media optimization, search engine marketing, and search engine optimization. I think I've gone over search engine optimization before. See you, Josh. So I'm going to go into kind of some example websites that we designed. These are all mobile friendly and compatible with all different browsers and different scopes. So guys, some of you guys know Alistair. We worked on his website a while ago. And then this one is a project that Jeff and I worked on with wellbeing.ca. So that was a fun one. And all these websites range from like $4,000 to like I think $12,000 for these types of websites. And then obviously it depends on the amount of work and what you need done and the bells and whistles. And I actually wanted to take a case study for the search engine marketing, or PPC, that's the Google paid ads. And it's really cool how this works because you're only paying for results, meaning you only pay Google every time someone clicks on your ad. And the reason why I like to start off with search engine marketing or marketing your website on the search engine is because it's the difference between putting yourself in front of people who are already interested in your business and trying to like convert them and sell them and persuade them to use your services. So a lot of people think that with search engine marketing, it's the person that pays the highest for the bid that gets the #1 position, but that's not the case. Google works on and looks at the quality score. So there's a lot of different things you can increase on your quality score, And the thing is, the higher the